How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Big Six show. Well, we're at Toby tonight, people, so we're going to have to make do until next week. Obviously, he'll be back then, but we're back with Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, and MATISSE. GRIZZ, you missed the last one, innit?
Yeah, man, I wasn't here to collect my paycheck, my winnings. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I don't understand. Why are you laughing?
I don't know the rumours where you find out about any transfer happening, you know what I mean? Liverpool. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. No.
He was at the gate.
Turkish. You know my reasons, man. I think I put it in the group. No, I had a very important meeting that went a bit overdue, but over time. So I apologize. But I'm here today, nice and early. You know, I was here like at least 2 minutes before everyone else, man. Like, you know.
We got to rotate until the new season starts. Everybody's taking their show off.
You know, it's holiday season. Come on, man. You know the deal, man. I mean, Turkish hard taskmaster. We have to have rotation.
Mad hot outside. Yeah,
rotation. Squad rotation. It's pre-season friendlies. We're rotating. You know,
listen, I was about to cancel the show. This transfer window doesn't seem like it's got started yet. Well, for us, we've made a few moves. We'll get into what we think about those moves, but the transfer window in general has been quiet.
You're the busiest club. You're the most interesting club right now.
I've heard that all day on Twitter. We're the busiest club. I've heard that all day on Twitter, please. Literally in 3 days, that could just all change, and we just look like we're 10 steps behind again. So we'll get into that. Well, Steve, you were shaking your head. Man City.
Well, no. I mean, listen, I'm calm, mate. I'm calm. I trust the chairman. I trust Khaldoon. I trust the process. So. I think when you're trying to get the biggest players, which I think we're trying to get, I don't think it's as simple as people make out. I know City are selling quite a lot of youngsters, cashing in on a few sell-on clauses, getting a few quid in. But I've said it on a few other shows. I think one big deal will go through somewhere in Europe, and that domino effect will spiral down, because once you take a big player from a team, leaves a gap, then they have to go and fill that gap, vice versa. And then I think you'll see a lot of movement. But don't forget, we're in times where it's not as easy as players can't fly to certain countries. You need tests. They can't get houses straight away. They can't get the family over. You know, so there's a lot of complications. I'm sure, you know, we'd all love great transfer activity and be talking about it, but it's just the time. So I think people just got to be patient. And no doubt, I think next week will be the big week when the players have had a week's holiday and had a relaxing time. And I think next week will be business week, pre-season friendlies kicking off, and I think there'll be a lot of movement next week.
You ain't going to get both Grealish and Kane, it seems. So who would you rather?
We need a striker, mate. We need a striker, 100%. I know we won the league last year playing the false nine, but we can't do that. You're taking De Bruyne from his natural position for me, sort of in the midfield a little bit deeper, spraying the ball, and you're pushing him up, asking him to press. So he's not as effective for me there, but we need a striker, mate. It's got to be Haaland or Kane for me. You know, I prefer Haaland, but I'm not going to turn my nose up at Harry Kane. You know, I'm not, you know, we're Man City, mate. I've had Sean Goater and Sean Wright-Phillips and Bradley Wright-Phillips and people like that. So Harry Kane, yeah, bring him in.
We might as well move on to Arsenal now, because I'm just thinking about it, and I'm just thinking we can't not talk about Arsenal tonight, even though I've had enough of it on Twitter today. Like,
they came for you, man. The army came, man. You know what I mean?
It's
erupted tonight. I seen it on my timeline. I was like, yo, what's going on Twitter? Turkish. I was like, yo, what's Turkish saying, love? And you know what I mean?
To be fair, Turkish, right? It's not like we haven't seen this every single summer with Arsenal. All right, it's not like we've seen this every summer. You got a fresh new kit. Everybody wants to buy it. You know, they want to fund Kroenke, and you're making some fresh signings as well. Cheer up, man. You've just finished consecutively in 8th place, and you're looking for a strong 7th this year. Why are you not happy, man? What's wrong with you?
Mate, there's a lot of them fans who were dancing on the pitches, protesting. There's a lot of them fans who were dancing on top of hot dog stands and falling off outside the Emirates, giving it the big one. They're all queuing up for the new kit now. So listen, for me, I think Turkish is right what he's saying.
It's a real one, man. It's a real one.
pin your colours to the mast. You're either with something or you're not. You can't 1 minute be protesting and going mad as if the club means that much to you and you want to get the owner out. Next minute you're queuing up buying a new fucking kit or getting it for free and putting it on social media. Where, you know, if you're on this YouTube thing and you're real, no matter if it costs you work. No, I no doubt that probably some of Turkish's opinions will cost him work within the Arsenal community, but you've got to respect him because he's fucking real and he's saying how it is. Don't be flip-flopping about. You know, if you care about your club, I care about Man City, and if I'm going to say what I want about Man City, if I get scrubbed off YouTube and you never see me again, I don't give a fuck. So, and I think he's the same. So I take me off to you, mate. All them people that are trying to come for him for saying it how it is, look in the mirror because he's saying it how it is. He's saying it from a fan's perspective. Don't listen to these knobheads that are telling you to go on a protest and then putting the replica kit on because they got it for fucking free the week after. Listen to the real people, man. That's all I'm saying.
To be fair, they're about to bid 30 million for Ramsdale. Can
I just butt in? No. Serious, real talk, guys. Can I just butt in and someone
trolling.
Give me a summary? What happened? What was the exact tweet? I'm trying to catch it now.
Let me quickly go.
Read it out, man. Turkish, do it justice. Give the context.
So what? Let me give you context. Yeah, this is the context. Yeah. I woke up this morning. I opened Twitter. I see.
You chose violence.
I see. No. I didn't choose violence. Violence chose me today. I feel.
Yeah.
So I started looking at Ramsdale, 30 million links. Okay, albeit from TalkSport. Okay, it is what it is. Bullshit and all that. I see Tammy Abraham, 40 million. I'm thinking, fucking hell, it's not even midday yet.
He's a baller. He's a baller.
Yeah, of course he is. And then who else is that? And then Henderson. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck have I like woken up to? And then I'm seeing fans accepting it. So I thought to myself, let me just summarize the window so far. Now, out of context, what I've said. Let me say it first. Wow, what a transfer window. England's 4th choice centre back. Coming in for 50 mil, England's 4th choice goalkeeper, linked for 30 mil, and a couple 21-year-olds that didn't make the Belgian and Portuguese squads. Moving in the right direction, middle finger up. That's what I said. Now, out of context, people are going to be like, Maddison didn't make the Euros and forget about the injuries that cost him that place. And then people are going to ask me about Emil Smith-Rowe, and he isn't close to the team, so does that mean he's not good enough? I haven't slated any of these players here. What I'm highlighting is the business we're doing is mad yet again. It's not really making sense. But people want to take it out of context and say, that means you don't want Maddison and who was the other one? I don't know who they were talking about. Awar. Yeah, I don't even want Awar. That's the deepest thing. Maddison are taking a heartbeat. But if we're talking about why Maddison wasn't at the Euros, it's because of injuries. Let's really be honest. Because before the injuries, he was the prime one. But it is what it is. GRIZZ. Well, whoever wants to start, what's your thoughts on it all? Because I'm tired of talking about it.
No, I just heard it. There's an echo. Someone's echoing.
Wait, anybody know? Matisse.
I just you read the tweet out today, so I don't know what the drama's about.
No, you know what it is,
Well, people come back
don't want to hear the truth in it. The FIFA generation, the FIFA generation don't want to hear the truth because at the end of the day, these signings are not the standard of what Turkish sees where he believes that Arsenal should be at. Arsenal should not be getting what's his name from Chelsea. That is second string, bro. That's reject FC, man. The brother from Sheffield United.
So what should Arsenal be doing? Because it was my. I was supposed to answer.
Yeah, but you just said you don't want to say anything.
You bite into my answer.
All right, but you just asked for the tweet.
No, it's true. You buy into my answer. You did or not?
SAEED is technically third string, but carry on.
Yeah. So there you go, then, lad.
No, I want to play devil's advocate here. I don't want to be the one that chose violence against Turkish. I'm not. We're going to talk real here. So let's go through those signings, right? Or let's go through what Arsenal have actually done, as opposed to what TalkSport are saying. Yeah. That's fair, right?
Yeah.
So what they've actually done is bought that Lokonga guy, the young central midfielder. Right?
I'd say lost out to Aston Villa first for Buendia. That's the first thing we done.
Oh, so you want to look at it from that point of view? I see. Okay.
We went for him.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah. But let's see what. Okay. So you targeted. It seems Bendia, you're saying, yeah, but you lost out, right? So Aston Villa pipped you to Bendia, right? No problem. So then I think Bissouma was linked with you guys, but you ended up with this guy, I think. Similar prototype players. Yeah, you could say similar profile. Yeah, energetic, high energy. Apparently this guy's quite highly thought of, right? Have you done Ben White?
Ben White's done. Agreed. It's agreed. Yes, agreed.
He's doing medical Friday.
So you got Ben White. The price is a bit sticky. All right. I agree. This price is very sticky. But in my opinion, he's a very good player. That's just my opinion. I'm going to give my opinion on the player. I think he's, in my opinion, the best centre back at Arsenal already. Maybe Gabriel. Him or Gabriel, in my opinion. But obviously that's not saying much. But still, you've improved there.
Yeah. Bear in mind, we've got to add Saliba in this situation and say that
you loaned him out.
But the Saliba, I told you last season, once he's fallen out with the manager, there's no coming back. So you got to trust the manager there, because the manager and him.
I want you to continue, but Arteta said at the end of the season, Saliba's at Arsenal and he's in our plans for next season.
Nah, you know, our managers chat shit, innit? They do what they got to do in front of the screen, but behind the back.
Manager chat shit.
But, trust me, he does. Trust me, he does. R1 talked up Ben Davis, bro, when we bought him in January, and they didn't give him a 1 minute. So all managers do that shit, yeah? But look, the Ramsdale one, if I woke up to that, I would have been mad as well, because we know what you've done with Martinez, and now you're going for one of the poopers goalkeepers in the league. There's no joke. He's an awful keeper.
Bear in mind, Saliba was bought for how much was it? 27 million.
Yep, 27 million.
27 million. So again, that's an added factor, Grizz. There.
So the funny thing is, people are pulling out the violins like I'm Grizz Teta or something here again. You know what I mean?
I don't know where you're going with this. I'm actually quite.
I don't know where you're going. That's why I said to you, just relax. Let me make my point.
You're about to make a defensive case. Here.
No. I said I'm playing devil's advocate.
Okay,
bro. I said I'm playing devil's advocate and looking at what they've done and what they haven't done, factually. So I think you brought in Ben White, the young central midfielder,
and the left back,
and the left back.
Tavares.
So you needed cover for Tavares, unknown quantity. Okay.
Back up.
In my opinion, you need at least 2 more signings. Yeah, minimum. That's minimum. That will give you 5 for the summer. 2 more signings for create.
What? But minimum for what? Like 2 more, and then we do what?
No, that's minimum. Like, look, it's not easy, like Steve said, in this window to suddenly buy 6-7 players of a high quality. You know what I mean? It's difficult. Your Arsenal Football Club now. This Arsenal Football Club, you can't expect to be getting ballers and the players wanting to come and that lure of London, just the lure of London. It's a very difficult job. You have to find gems, I'm afraid.
But Ramsdale.
No, Ramsdale's
that sounds like a train station out in Surrey, bro. Who is
100%, 100%.
Shocking signing, bro.
Yeah.
And also Tammy Abraham as well.
Okay, so they link with Tammy Abraham. Now, we can get all our opinions on Tammy Abraham. The price stinks. 50 million, did you say, Turkish?
40. We're doing about
40 million. 40 million. See, I'd say Tammy Abraham is around 30 million pound striker. I don't rate him highly, but I think he's okay. So that's where we're at. So I think, Arsenal are at where you kind of expect them. They were never going to go in and get bang, 5 world-class players. They have to find these gems. Ben White is an improvement. The young central midfielder, unknown quantity. I get you. But when you talk about the players that you've missed out on, you have to realize why have you missed them out on. And obviously you're going to explain why you've missed out on these players.
We add to all of that you said, you've analysed it quite well. Well, we add to that, we haven't sold Xhaka yet. We haven't sold Bellerin yet. We haven't sold a lot of dead wood yet. Instead, Saliba's gone out on loan again. One of the players we were actually most interested in next season. Guendouzi's gone for good without even a fee up front. We have to wait till next year to even get 11 million out of that. So it's like, all right, we've discussed the incomings, but even the outgoings haven't really progressed well enough for me to say we have the best platform to start buying again after this Ben White deal is done.
I just think Kroenke's sitting in America saying, I can't win with these guys. They said to spend the money. They didn't say how to spend it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, and who to spend it on.
You didn't say who to spend it on. He's spending like, it looks like you're going to spend upwards of 100 million, but the actual quality coming in is just not, it's not going to even take you above, you know, Europa League places. I'm talking scraping Europa League places with these signings. Like Abraham, I'm obviously happy, right? Because I'm happy to sell him for 40 million to you guys. I think that's great business by us. He's young, he's got potential, but his heading ability is not there. You know, his build-up play is improved, but he's a little bit up and down. He's not the most consistent with his qualities and his technicality. He's got a lot to improve on. So again, Aubameyang's looking shoddy in pre-season as well. I don't know what's going on with him.
He's got a new haircut though. Fair play. He's got a new nice haircut.
So do I. Maybe I can start up front. So it's like it's very wishy-washy, this Arsenal team. I don't really know what you've really done so far that I can say. Even Ben White, cool, but is he gonna take you up to the next level? Is he gonna bring the leadership qualities that backline needs? Is that even a good partnership with Gabriel? Do they even speak the same language? No. These are the things you got. Like, you can put centre backs together, it's all cool, but if they can't communicate and they can't organise because they both speak different languages, and the goalkeeper's new, Ramsdale from wherever, and it's, you know, it's for me, it's not good enough. It's a joke.
I'm gonna take the Ramsdale rumours with a pinch of salt, because I just
that's mad.
Arsenal have done some madness over my time, but that one would, you know, I feel like that one's just one too far for this club.
Yeah, that push you over the edge.
Bro, selling Martinez for 17 million and going to get Ramsdale for near 30.
Nah, that's like sackable. That's deadable offences, not sackable. You need to dead mans for that. No, that's ridiculous.
You know, Edu is making it look like it's a fancy thing. You know what I mean? He's trying to add the little caviar in there. He's trying to, you know, make it presentable.
I'm not going to be as harsh as Matisse, though. I'm not going to be as hard as Matisse, because the window ain't over. They're still trying to get Maddison, right? If they get Maddison, suddenly the picture is a bit more rosier. He's one of the most sought-after defenders, creative players. I think he's a class above Bendia, personally. You've been linked with Hosamoa. I know Turkish don't rate him, but he's had a bad season. But before that, he was one of the most sought-after young attacking midfielders in Europe. So I'd say, if the window ends like the way it's looking, then you know, it's a mess. But they're trying, and Steve said it perfectly. And it might sound I'm coming towards Liverpool so I'm gonna give the same excuses. But no.
I'm saying, the latest on Jarrod Bowen, man.
But what I'm saying is, it really is. Look, shut up, man. Let me finish.
Yeah, but come on, man. I want to hear, man.
Russ,
I see you defend yourself on Twitter. Defend yourself here, man.
I'm here. Innit? I came 2 minutes early, brother, for this.
Came early.
2 minutes early.
You know what I mean? But this is the worst middle. Like, Turkish is saying they can't get rid of the dead wood. We got bare dead wood, like lands, forests and forests of dead wood that we can't get rid of as well. You know, everyone's struggling to get rid of the dead wood. Why? Because fucking no one's got the money to buy shit. Literally buy shit. So I think Arsenal are trying. I think their board are trying, but their recruitment policy ain't got no record of doing good, and that's the problem. They've got the money, but the record of recruiting good players is poor. They can't sign good players.
I don't know if they're trying, to be honest. I can't give them that much credit. People think I'm saying Ben White's
You just said they're looking to spend 100 million in the start.
Yeah, you can spend 100 million like Tottenham did, when you can sign Soldado and Lamela and all these brothers. That's not good enough. That's not proper. That's not a proper window. People are getting it twisted, saying that I'm not saying White is not a good player. I'm saying he's not necessarily the profile this defense needs. You've got a young defender in Gabriel who's 23 years old. You're going to partner with another young defender in White. Your right back's shit, and your left back is also quite young. Where is the experience and leadership in this back line?
And injury prone as well.
Where? Tell me, because if it doesn't not exist, there's no leadership or experience in this back line. You need an older centre back to lead Gabriel. You need an older centre back to lead the whole defence.
You don't want
a bunch of young defenders. It makes no sense.
Henderson at Arsenal might be a good signing. That,
bro, don't take this, man. Seriously, fam.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They self-proclaim, Liverpool fans self-proclaim is the best thing since Steven Gerrard. So maybe
I'm not going to disrespect Henderson. I'm not going to disrespect him because he's done his thing, but he ain't got the motivation.
How are you disrespecting Henderson Saturday when Pogba wants to fuck off already?
What do you mean, man?
How are you bringing disrespect
to
the most successful captain, right, in recent times, right? Comparing him, and then you're talking about Pogba. Yeah, he is.
How recent? How recent?
Champions League winner, Premier League winner, World Club Cup, Super Cup.
I can't
what do you mean?
This is why Arsenal are going nowhere as a football club. These Arsenal fans.
And you're saying Henderson ain't. Henderson,
the conversation didn't start.
I'm not even gonna.
Henderson.
These brothers are telling me they got enough leaders in the back line because they're.
Are they saying they would? Are the fans? Because I can't read. I didn't read all of the messages. Are they saying they would not take Henderson?
Mercy.
Why are you trying to attack me when I was saying Henderson should go Liverpool?
Why did you mention Henderson's name? Why did you mention Henderson's name? You know I'm gonna get like all like.
You Liverpool fans are so defensive. Like, relax, man. I didn't say anything bad about your player.
No, I'm relaxed.
But straight away, you went in on Pogba. Like, just relax, man.
Look at my attire. I'm relaxed. I got my flip flops on. I got my robe on that I wear to the mosque and stuff. I'm relaxed.
He would be a good player. Would be a good fit for Arsenal leadership. He can take over Xhaka's position. And then you just come on here and just thinking, someone's talking about Henderson.
No, apologies. Apologies.
Yes, man.
Apologies. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
You're taking.
Listen, Ben White is a good signing for Arsenal for me.
Good player.
So I'm giving him that one. That is a good signing for me. He's up and coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's highly rated. There's a number of teams who were floating around Arsenal, Leeds, and people like that who wanted him as well. So
we wanted him.
He's a good signing.
Everyone.
But you wanted him to pair him next to Van Dijk.
He's promising though. Lokonga, is he called Lokonga? Lokonga. He was with company at Anderlecht, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Company captain, I think. I've heard good leadership.
Highly thought of, Steve. Highly thought of.
He's a young guy. So listen, it is what it is. And the left back, is it Tavares? Did he score in a friendly? The left back kid.
Yeah, cut inside, curly with his right foot.
I just think I can't see him getting Maddison. I think Leicester's a team on the up. I think Leicester's a team that doesn't need to sell. I think Leicester are flexing a little bit, and Maddison, if he's gonna leave Leicester, it'll be for the dough. No disrespect, he will. And I just think.
What do you think he does for Arsenal? What do you think he does for Arsenal if he's the only other signing on top of Ben White?
Listen, do you know what I think though? Seriously, I think there's a whole lot of bullshit flying about on these social medias. Do not believe it. These agents are putting shit out there. People are putting shit out there. I know if we all sat back and was waiting for it, we'd have nothing to talk about. But I'm just saying, before people react, the window's not over. The week before the season, the Charity Shield, night before the Charity Shield, that Big Six show, we'll all be sat here in a totally different predicament. And that is when we need to judge the window. I just think Arsenal are doing their little bits. At least they're getting deals over the line.
At least, isn't it? Yeah.
You know, it is. They're getting. At least they're making moves early, and they're getting it. Someone's got to make a move early. It's like a game of poker. Every team now is stood there with the cards close to the chest, thinking, right, who are they after? Are they really after him?
It's one move that's gonna. It's one move that's gonna. You know,
one move, and the whole fucking shit.
Domino effect. Yeah, domino effect.
I've seen that.
Yeah, man.
I read the chat the other day, Damari Gray by Leverkusen, 1.5 million. I know SAEED said he's shit. Well, we know he's shit, but 1.5 million for Damari Gray, I thought that was cheap.
That is cheap, but he's a journeyman, though. He's a journeyman.
You know, get him. You know, it's what it is. Then you've got like Andros Townsend and all them boys on freeze. I mean, Patrick Vieira has got a touch. He's gone in on Palace. They've got no team because they've got rid of all the deadwood. Have you seen the release list on Palace? They're all fucked off. And he's got a clear, he can come in. He's picking these nice little youngsters up. He's got the kid from Reading. Is it Elise, the French kid? Great little player. Yeah. He's looking at
Chelsea boy as well.
Players and that.
We could have given Saliba to Crystal Palace. Vieira could have just done a nice little job on him. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just reminded me.
I think Palace. I think Vieira might be a breath of fresh air for the Premier League, me.
No, I think he gets sacked still.
I think they're my favourites for the set. They're my favourites.
I'm backing Vieira, mate. Last year I backed Arteta. I'm backing Vieira this year. Fuck you.
How does that end?
Hey, Big Patrick.
Nah, I think Vieira will do well because he's been good so far in the market. He's been shrewd about it.
He failed at Nice, man. He failed at Nice, though.
Fam, it's not easy at Nice, bruv. Like, that's a club that that's a club that's a bit mad in terms of a manager doing well there. Like, how are you going to do well there, really? Let's be honest. We've got a couple super chats coming in. And Andy here says, this morning, Charles Watts said the negotiations with Xhaka might take weeks. What's that about? If by the end of the window, Xhaka is starting centre mid, everyone should just stop going to the Emirates Stadium. To be honest, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
That's good, though. That's good. Fair play to the guy.
I don't disagree with that because I feel like if they don't fill you with hope in the transfer window, if like Steve says, come forget the charity shield even because Arsenal ain't that. If come 9th of August, 4 days before our first fixture against Brentford, our team is not ready and we don't have 2 more signings for the first team minimum, then what's the point in going into the season thinking we're going to do something? Let's be honest here. Mark here says, I feel the same as Turkish. I have no confidence in Arsenal. Other clubs such as Everton and West Ham will pass Arsenal. I assume you mean in the next few years. And Lawrence says, I think Tammy might be a fit to get at the end of all the good low crosses Tierney and Saka put in. The production is there already. The thing with Tammy Abraham for me is I'm already thinking past Oba. Oba's got 2 years left on his deal. Oba's what, 31, 32 years old. I've got to think who's our next starting striker.
He's the problem.
Tammy for me is a backup striker at best. He's a good option off the bench. He can bring something different. Grizz, what are you saying?
No, just saying Oba is the problem.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, go on. You said Oba is the problem, yeah.
You know what? I think it's a funny one because Oba is one of the players that you would say, you know what I mean, you owe it to him. He won the FA Cup for years. He brought in a distinctive kind of, feeling, a striker you've never felt like that maybe since Henry. Would you agree with that one? You know what I mean? That feeling he gave you since Henry. Goals.
Well, Van Persie, really. But
I don't know. I had Henry comparisons, man. You know what I mean? With the knee slides and all that. But
but in terms of a striker that, banging goals. It's just unfortunate for Oba. He was banging goals that got us to 5th, 8th, and 8th. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not putting that on him, but it's unfortunate because you're just going to look back on it. The FA Cup final, that's big, and the Arsenal shirt with the always forward number 14. We'll remember Oba for that and moments in the semis and final. But he's banged goals that it has achieved. I don't care, for example, if Oba gets golden boot or not. I don't care if fucking Emile Smith Rowe had the most assists in the
trophies, isn't it?
I care about Arsenal's position and then the players next. And for me,
that's what I'm trying to say. It's that it's how much Arsenal want to move forward, because that was a time for me where you see where Arsenal are trying to go. You know what I mean? Could they have used that money and then bought in maybe 2 strikers for the wages that Aubameyang's getting and move forward as a team? Or to just say, we can't, leave a player like that who we owe so much debt to and gave us them goals. And that's the same way Arsenal going to feel all the time, man. And it's like, you can't have that mentality. You've got to move on and you've got to be ruthless enough to do that. And Arsenal, they're probably scared to lose Aubameyang and lose the goals they're going to get from him rather than move as a football club. I think, right, we're going to move as a proper football club. And we're going to use this money and we're going to have a wage structure and we're going to do it the proper way. But are they going to willing to do that? Probably not. And he's just thinking, I'm going to take advantage of this. And I'm going to say, you know what? You guys need me. I want 400 grand a week, mate. I want that much money and I'm going to stay here. And that's what they're doing. And that's what they'll continue to do as long as you guys are not winning anything. But if you win anything, then the club can say, right, you're staying here because we've got this and this available. And we're winning trophies. So if you want to stay here and be part of the project, or see you later out the door, no matter how good you are. Because it's always, for me, club over player, right? We don't believe in player power. But that's the thing, they've got us where we wanted. And that's a reality. Same with United, if you really look at it. Because there's a lot of players now who are trying to play up the money thing and say, you know what, I want this contract here, and I'm going to get it. Because at the end of the day, you guys are not winning anything. So,
bias and banter aside, do you think we made a mistake giving up that contract? Bearing in mind,
hindsight's a wonderful thing, though. Yes. I understand what you mean.
He wouldn't be here right now, so potentially we're talking about an Arsenal right now with an Albright that's either gone for free or left last season for less.
Not at that wage though, because for me though, the thing I had difficult finding. What was he on before?
200, I believe, or 220 maybe. He's roughly on
220. Would it be? I don't understand why Arsenal have got from 220 to 375 grand a week. That's what I don't get, and that's why a lot of football clubs used to ask themselves, how much is a player worth?
He can't be on
someone said in the chat.
Top scorer 2 seasons in a row for us, and well, not the league.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. You know what I mean? So then, if you look at it in that hindsight, that's why I said hindsight. If you look at it in that aspect, you're thinking yes. But then, if your mentality is as a football club that you keep reproducing, you bring in new talent. If you at that time were playing Balogun and you're bringing him through the ranks, or you had another player in say Martinelli and you played him more regularly, then that would have been a case of you probably saw the future. Thought, you know what, we're going to promote this within our kind of youth setup or whatnot. If you do that, fair enough. But what you've done is you've just gone security. Abbas here, we've got goals. You know, we're not going to really see that anywhere else in Europe, or we don't have the qualities in ourselves in terms of recruitment, scouting. And they've gone with an easy option. Said, you know what? Yeah, man, we'll sack a few staff. We'll make staff redundant. Use the wages from them, and we'll get Abba on a decent contract. And that's what they've eventually done, because we don't know how they've got the money.
I still don't understand how those staff were ever involved with anybody's contract as a footballer. Like, it's just, it's crazy.
It's more than you think, though, Matisse, man. It's more than you think, man. Because if only we see the documentary, maybe they would have given us at that time. They would have probably analysed it and showed us. But you got to realise, man, football is the main thing for these guys. You know, in terms of what they can bring. Abba is a commercial guy. He's bringing all the fans the swag. You talked about it with the paint dye, the shirt. Yeah. If Abba's not wearing that and he's swagging out in the training ground, the fans don't buy it. So they're thinking, what can he bring as a whole? He can bring the fashion element.
Are you listening to this, Steve? Are you listening to this, Steve?
The fashion element, man. It's about.
Are you listening to this, Steve?
No, it's true. You got to realise what kind of football club this is.
Can you tell?
As long as they're fucking scoring every week. He comes walking in the dressing room, his hair like a peacock, and then puts a fucking 4 out of 10 performance on the pitch. Tell him he gets a fill.
He was late to training because he's getting his hair done. He had something to finish up.
He's not performed. He's not performed. At the end of the day, he's the big fish there. And at the end of the day, that team's not performing. They've looked at him a number of times, and he's not performing for me. And I think they're stuck now. He's not going anywhere with that contract. He's just living the high life, doing what he wants, turns up when he wants, what he wants. The fans protect him. If you criticise him, you get accused of being racist. You get accused of hating on players because they're being dickheads. But at the end of the day, it's plain to see, innit? If he's turning up on the pitch, he can do what he wants. If he's not, then he's there for criticism. He's on the big bucks, so he needs to deliver. They've put the faith in him, give him the contract. You're our man. Fire us to trophies, and he's not doing it.
The next 6 months are massive for Abba, because the last big contract we gave out, which was Ozil, we know how that ended. The next 6 months, if Abba doesn't turn it around, that's 18 months into the big contract, and then people will no doubt, and people as well, start comparing it to Mesut Ozil when he got that contract, the drive, the ambition, the age he got it. You start questioning things and you look back at it as bad business, even though most of the chat do agree with me that last season, we pretty much all wanted him to get signed up. Even though I did say we need to be a bit more smart about it, we did all want it. There's a few super chats here. Abu Bakr says he is a good signing because he is English. I assume you mean Ben White. Botman, Kunde, Romero, Loic are all clear of him. By the way, he is aerially terrible. Rashford sat him down, by the way. I assume you're talking about Ben White there. And Adam says, big up all of you. Just thought to tell you guys to prepare for the heat wave. It's not a joke, big man thing.
SAEED is preparing it right now. Look at him.
He's ready, innit? Modeling.
Yo, man, it's boiling out here, man. This wind, you know what I mean? The window's not doing anything, mate. I might do the next one outside, man. You know what I mean? Telling you.
I think trolling aside, though, that analysis of Tammy getting on the end of low crosses is just completely wrong. Like, that is one of his biggest issues is anticipation. He doesn't read crosses quick enough, and he doesn't get on the end of them. That's the issue. We have Reece James spinning them in every minute, and he's always a toe away. I don't understand why you'd even be bringing in a young striker when you've got Martinelli. Like, for me, he is the future. It's so clear. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much of him, but Yeah, apparently he's very good, but I haven't seen much of him. But Martinelli looks class. Like he's got everything: close control, chance creation, finishing, heading. I have no idea why you bring it. Again, it's just the age profile of what you're doing. It doesn't make any sense to me. When you've got a young player like Martinelli, why then bring in another young striker like Abraham who needs developing, needs improving, and has probably potentially got the kind of ceiling of a Europa League level type striker? I don't understand. I really don't get it.
I'm reading here 16 starts for Tammy and 12 goals. That's quite decent, actually. The disrespect is uncalled for, I think.
From who?
From fans that don't want him, like shunning him away, like saying, you know what I mean? Tammy Abraham.
He'd be a good signing for them. Like it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not.
But they've been burnt with a similar situation with Welbeck, haven't they? You know what I mean? Like failed at United, so came to Arsenal.
He didn't really feel like United.
It's just the way it looks.
What did he succeed at?
It's just the way it looks of taking another player from the fringes of a big club.
Yeah,
and
Chelsea.
join him in your team.
Chelsea.
He won the league. He won the league.
Is that Chelsea? No, we finished that subject. We finished that subject. Chelsea. It's a Chelsea thing, isn't it? Like buying from Chelsea again, and that must irk.
Exactly.
Turkish, right?
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's reject FC. It's reject FC. You know what I mean? Matisse sends the emails round to checking them, man, and he says, you know what?
Do you want me to take this?
What can we do?
Let me take this because every man's asking about Bowen.
Yeah, man. Let's move on to Liverpool, man.
So selection says GRIZZ thoughts on Bowen. I personally don't see this happening. I think we will sign someone journalists haven't mentioned. Luis Diaz will be perfect.
You were laughing at before before we came on.
Yeah, man. We went from Sancho to
it's one of those.
Gerard Bowen.
To be fair, Bowen was decent on bullseye. He used to give away speedboats and that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Let's see what we've won. You know what I mean? Well, we're not winning. we're not getting
Turkish, man. Why are you in the bargain basement? Why Liverpool, man? What's happening, man? The money's dried up. You can't give Jordan Henderson a new contract. The best footballer ever that's seen.
Save fire, innit? Save fire, innit? Instead of firing blanks now, saving it. Save fire.
What do you mean saving? I'm not saving it, man. I'm giving you banter, man. This is a big six, man. We don't hold fire down here.
We
give the fire, man.
GRIZZ, last season, I said that Liverpool was shopping in the whoopsie aisle. You're still in the fucking whoopsie aisle, our kid, because this Mbappe, Sancho, all this nonsense ain't coming off. Talking about Bowen now. So what's going on, man?
Gerard Bowen, man, on the bench, man.
It's a name out there. Okay, so let me give my thoughts on Bowen. I actually think he's a good player. He got me decent points in the FPL. I think he's an underrated player. It's someone that could develop into the next Jota type signing. 30, 35 million. Obviously, they'd look for 45, 50 million, which would be a bit too much. But I think he's a very good player, lads. I don't know if you saw much of him.
I like Bowen.
No, you're trying to talk.
He's a good player, but you sold him.
You're European royalty, remember? Your documentaries, the greatest team that ever lived. Now talking about Bowen.
I wouldn't be happy with him at Arsenal.
Yeah, you're shopping at GRIZZ, mate. You're shopping at GRIZZ, mate. Others are at GRIZZ.
So it's clear and obvious we can't shop at your shopping table yet. Because
I thought you was this big team and all that, Champions royalty
we are.
And all that shit.
Yeah, we're all that.
Down the old city and all that crap.
We're all of that. Yeah, we're all that. But what it is, we don't. No, it's not. We don't buy players. We create good teams. Yeah, so you bought a good team. We create good teams. But it's like
that Robertson from Whole City vibe right there.
I'm sorry. It's a 4-year anniversary.
GRIZZ, man, I'm just going to put on the History Channel one. Let me just 1 second.
No, it's not history. It's not, brother. It's just recent, bro.
You can talk about History Channel. You ain't won nothing.
No. I'm not even. We're going to come to the.
Let me just pause. Man.
We're going to come to the.
Very clever. Let me just go to 2004 DVDs. 1 second.
We're going to come to the United bit later.
Let me find out when Chelsea were formed.
Yeah, you go to the Silas Ferguson channel. See if you can find your history.
We're going to come to the United bit later. But listen, funny enough, Steve. It's the anniversary of Andrew Robertson's 4 years. And when he was signed, everyone on social media was giving it, what are we doing? What do you call it? The whoopsie aisle. The fuck do you call it again?
To be fair, I'll give it up, Chris. You know what? He makes a good point there.
Listen. So everyone was talking about Gini. Oh my God, relegated Newcastle. Hull, Robertson. Everyone's talking about Sadio Mane, Southampton. Salah, Roma, Chelsea reject. Brothers, Chamberlain, Chamberlain banged City a couple of times, bro. Don't mention Chamberlain. Don't mention Chamberlain. But listen,
and the Premier League.
Listen, man. He was at the bench, mate.
The point.
He scored a massive goal against Barcelona.
He knows, man. The point I'm trying to make is the point I'm trying to make is
relax.
I agree, Steve. We can't buy at that market at that level. I agree, okay? Especially in this current climate. But I'm very relaxed though. Have you seen me like worried or agitated about shit's happening or shit's not happening? I trust my process because what is developed. Last season we had the fuck off season you can ever imagine and still finished third. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking. We're doing something right somewhere.
Up at Christmas though.
Yeah, but we're doing something. Yeah, but that's when we had centre backs. As soon as we didn't, shit happens, man. It's not.
Get the violins out. Violins.
Get the violins out. It's not a violent stage yet. You know what I mean? It was violence. I'm relaxed.
I can't diss Liverpool's recruitment. They signed Jota, another player.
Yo, man, say what you got to say, man. Yo, Matisse, man.
We needed a centre back.
I'm just keeping it above. I can't diss Liverpool's recruitment. Their recruitment over the last few years has been on point. It has.
Matisse, brother, we needed a centre back. We bought one of the most sought after centre backs. I don't know if you know Konate from Leipzig. He's one of the better. Yeah, he's one of those French centre backs under 23 centre backs.
Was he part of the 5-0 at home at Old Trafford? Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he don't play them games.
Hold on. Ask you a question. Was he part of that 5-0 demolition at Old Trafford?
What, the Leipzig that got through that? The Leipzig that got through that Champions League?
No, hold on.
That one.
Relax.
I'm relaxed.
Ask you one question.
What, are you panicking now?
One question.
Are you panicking now?
I'm asking you a question. You haven't answered the question
now.
I'll answer you.
I answered it.
My question.
I answered
it. You never answered anything. Yes or no?
I don't know, bro. I don't watch your games.
There you go. Then
I don't watch your games. Why are you telling me you're asking me a random fact? Why you ask me a random team selection? Was he playing in the 5-0 that you managed to win 1 in the Champions League where you didn't qualify from the group stages?
I tried to say to you.
Question is that?
You said to me, have you seen him? I said to you,
did you qualify from that group?
When he lost 5-0?
Did you gain anything from that 5-0?
No, but it's nothing to do with that.
So why are you talking about my player that we bought, who's 21 years old?
You're talking about player performance, right? You're talking about player performance.
Listen, man, listen. We needed a centre back. We went out. We were the first teams. We were the first team to put 35 million down on the table and get Konate. That's what we needed. Now we need a midfielder because Gini's gone. We 100%, listen to me, 100% will get a midfielder and then we're going to get an attacker. And I'm calm, especially with I don't play FIFA. I'm not a child. I'm not on social media to just, you know what I mean? I want this. I want to make demands. I don't make demands. I'm a grown-ass man that wants my team to be ready, and I believe we're going to be ready for the title, especially with the brothers coming back. And you know the brothers are coming back because you know I'm tweeting about them every day, and you're getting shook. You and Toby like telling me like, "Oh, why are you tweeting about him?" Because you're shook. Why are you worried about what I'm tweeting? Why are you tweeting about what I'm tweeting? Every tweet I see.
What do you tweet?
Yeah, you know the big boys are back. The big boys are back. You had your fun. You won your title last year. You finished above us. That's your title.
It's hard for SAEED to really get in the spirit because he knows his manager.
You won it last year. You
know when it comes down to it, your manager's gonna fumble the bag when it gets serious, and you're gonna have to start doing the Ollie out thing. So you know it's difficult for you right now. You want to get involved.
The problem is, on this debate show, on this debate show, we need to make a rule, because for me it's not good.
Don't mention Ollie. That's the rule.
No. It's not about that. When we're talking about a team, we have to talk about the Liverpool team.
Yo, fuck! I just read your message. I just read your message in WhatsApp.
No, but it's true though. When we're talking about a team,
not this message, ain't you can.
When we're talking about a team, we have to focus on that team. Why are you deflecting it? We're talking about Liverpool here now.
I said my piece.
But that's the rule now on the big six.
I'm relaxed.
When you talk about a team, don't deflect.
that all right.
Look, I just read the message. You, the one you put in the chat.
No, Steve.
Sorry, Steve put it.
Wow, man. Calma. Listen, it's hot, man. You get me?
Steve just put me off. That's the only thing that's put me off. Otherwise, I was focused in my answer. But that's put me off. But listen,
go on.
Listen, I'm with Matisse. It's very difficult to criticize Liverpool recruitment policy, SAEED. So be careful where you're going with this. That's all I'm gonna say.
What do you mean I'd be careful about going this? Because you're flopped on the same moment as well, man. Like, how are you gonna put me down just because my manager's Ollie and we haven't won anything for a couple of weeks?
How about your manager?
Don't put me down, man. I'm coming for you regardless. You get me? Don't put me down, man.
I'm not putting you down, brother. I'm not here to put you down, man. You're my brother.
It's your club, bro. I didn't tell you to hire the PE teacher.
Yeah. Exactly. I ain't here to put you down.
Excuses for this guy, man.
I ain't here to put you down, bro. You know I love you. I'm here to. I'm just saying, be careful with where you're going with Liverpool's recruitment policy because
it's true though. I can go ahead though because you've had good signings and shit signings.
No, you've got a lot of signings. You got to do something now. Finally, yeah. Every season can't be spending
do something finally.
Every time.
You know they're out of the top 5 British record transfers. They're 4 of them. You know that, right?
In a while, man. The money reloaded, man. But go
out
on.
Of the top 5 British record transfers, Manchester United are 4 of them.
We know this.
They've got to do something now. They should
be doing
this already.
We know this.
Say again. Maguire.
Say again. Carry on.
Bloody hell, man. Are you telling me about do something now? Been waiting.
What? No, but what I'm trying to say to you, we're talking about Liverpool, and that's what I'm saying. Grizz, carry on.
We've moved from Liverpool.
You haven't moved to Liverpool. You didn't say you didn't finish about Konate.
I'm calm. I've said we've signed Konate. We'll sign a minimum of 2 more. What we need. We don't listen. We're not here to shine. We're not sign shiny toys and glamorize our signings and all about the swag of our. We're not about that. We're about results. We're in the results industry, brother.
To be fair, big signing's got about a 50% hit rate when it comes to splashing the cash on record signing. So it's not even always the way to go.
No, it isn't. It's a combination, and I think we've got a good combination. We went mad on when we had to on Alisson and Virgil, and then most of our signings are around the 35-40 million mark. We've got a very, very good success rate.
Yep,
very good success rate.
Well, we've gone through.
But now you're linked with Bowen.
We've gone through Liverpool, City, Arsenal, and we've got this super chat here. Let's see what man like Reggie's saying this week. He says SAEED was on all fours watching United stink the place out in the Europa League final. Now he's talking with chess. No trophy.
I didn't even say anything, but yeah. All I said was Liverpool's recruitment system or recruitment is not as good as what he says. You know what I mean? There are some flops that have been through there.
Who are the flops? Who are the flops?
Flop. The problem is, man, but the problem is, exactly. Hold on. Before you start that,
7 million. That's like 7 million. That's like you lot pay 7 million to like your reserve left back, like in your third team.
Someone that costs 7 million.
Yeah, as a flop. Come on, Origi. Yeah, cheap.
How much did he cost?
6.
I'm not even here to defend. I'm not a Liverpool. The logic is not.
Listen. Name me a flop.
No, I'm ready.
Naby Keita is the only flop above 35 million.
What?
Naby Keita. Well, you didn't hear me? You want me to say it again?
I'll say Chamberlain is 40 million.
He's not a flop. He's been injured, but when he plays, he's a badass.
Are you kidding me, man? What is nonsense? You're telling me Chamberlain hasn't been a flop at Liverpool?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm telling you. I just told you.
Man. You got to really say that. How are you going to defend him, man? Come on, Grizz, man. You're a guy of humility, man. Come on, man.
I don't know what to say. I've said my piece. I've just told you we haven't had a flop over 35 million apart from Naby Keita. I admit Naby Keita is our Pogba.
How much you buy Shaqiri for?
12 million, blood, from Stoke. Come on,
Dan, you're a waste man. The person in the chat that called me a waste man. You're a waste man.
Yeah, idiots in the chat. No. I like that, Matisse, because when idiots.
I don't know why this chat think they can call me any old name. I don't call you names. Don't call you a waste man if you're going to call me a waste man. What do you think this is?
The chat.
But if you're trying to say, look, if your purpose was
Thiago, the chat is saying Thiago.
Chat's waste chat, man. Thiago waste. Chat. Did you watch Thiago last 12 games? That got us. Anyway,
last 12 games.
The purpose of the Liverpool chat was, Grizz, I think Turkish meant, are you stressed about Liverpool's dealings and are you worried? The answer is no. I'm told. How are you telling me how I should feel?
Because for me, it looks like,
Well, for you, innit? That's for you. For me, I'm telling you, I know my club. It's calma. I'm totally calm. I'm relaxed.
FSG, man. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to rep them all the time, but yeah.
Right? You listen. You need to be careful with yourself because you got a Glazers protest to finish off that you started. Yeah, so you be
listen, man.
Because I saw you marching popcorn with Don Robbie when you should have been out there marching, fam. You need to behave.
I'm gonna say, man.
The protest is finished.
Steve, what are you saying? It's been a while, Steve. It's been a while, Steve.
The roof's been fixed. The roof's been fixed. The bollocks have been tickled with the Sancho signing. The green and gold scarf have gone back in the.
It's been a while, Steve. It's been a while.
You know what I mean? There's no protest anymore. That is all nonsense. All breaking in the state.
I thought we were friends now, Steve.
Sancho. As soon as you sign Sancho, you know, lay there with your balls out, letting them tickle it.
It's not even signed though. He's not even come yet. Apparently, he's haggling over. He's haggling over.
The only people that do well out of them protests is them idiots that sell the Norwich scarves outside the ground. They have made a fortune.
Yeah,
they've got Bentleys, Rolls Royces.
They're not even United fans. They're not United fans as well. They're one of the guys said to me, I said, "Who do you support?" I said, "I don't mind. You know, I love City and United." I said, "Get out of here, man! What are you doing here, man?" I swear down, that's what the guy said to me. I support City United. I love Manchester, mate. I said, "What? You selling me that then?" You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. You get me? Like at United, I can't lie to you. You know what I mean? There's a front here, you know what I mean? I have to give the banter because then I'm just taking lots of sprays, you know what I mean? I'm getting Steve, I'm getting Matisse, you know what I mean? I'm getting GRIZZ, you know what I mean? Silent sprays. I can't do all that, you know what I mean? There's not enough protection, so I have to give a bit some. But, you know, same old United, I tell you all the time, the structure of this football club, until that changes, nothing will ever change.
You got your zebra pants on there. Stand up.
Nah, I haven't.
I want to let up, but I took that Havertz disrespect.
He cut them up and just he cut them up and put it over his sofa.
Yeah, but that Champions League final saved him. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah,
saved him. Yeah, he's a baller,
yeah,
bro.
Man, you get me.
He's a baller, bro. Telling you, he's a baller. What's next?
Yeah, man. But yeah, man.
A good side.
No, not really, you know, man. It's been a bit slow, man. Like for me, I got told today. Obviously, there's rumors as well today that Varane it's a possibility that he might not leave. You know what I mean? He's not made a clear indication that he wants to leave. So in reality, a lot of United fans are thinking that's a done deal. And we need a midfielder, man. Pogba's apparently rumoured to be flirting around and saying that he wants to leave. Personally, I'd rather keep him.
He owes you, though. You know, Pogba owes you. He can't be deserting you at this time, and he owes you. You've backed him a lot. No, not you personally.
Yeah, I backed him. Yeah.
No, not you, but your club. Your club has backed him a lot. Paid a lot of money from him. Sorry, first made him the player he is, and then he wanted to go to Juve. Then you brought him back playing big money, right? And he's been there. What? How many years since he's come back? 5 years.
But yeah, about 6 years now. We brought him in
6 years.
5, yeah. 5, 6 years.
So he owes you, man. I don't know what the others think. I think flirting around, that's disrespecting, like, you know what I mean, Man United right there after everything they've done for him. And just
for me, you want my personal opinion,
PSG just flick a few, you know, dollars in his face, euros.
I keep him personally because for me, I don't trust the board to find a suitable replacement. I think, you know what I mean? I'm not taking, you know what I mean, bounce-offs, you know what I mean, in Neves, who for me, he's had one good season in about 3-4 years. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but you couldn't get him into the Portuguese squad, mate, with them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? With them he's overrated.
He's, you know what I mean? And for me, you couldn't get into that Portuguese squad with Danilo and Carvalho. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, I can't, for me, rate that. And if on a Paul Pogba, for me, I'd rather keep him for one more year, let him go on a free, and give the board 1 year to scout a Pogba replacement type. You know what I mean? Because I think for me, it's not replaceable in terms of you're going to have to need 2 or 3 midfielders of the mold to kind of replace him. So that's what I would do. But again, it's slow, man. Like everyone else, we're all just waiting around, man. I feel like GRIZZ at the minute. You know what I mean? We're just waiting around at the minute, and it's like you want to stay hopeful.
You don't feel like me. I'm calm. You're panicking. You're calm.
I'm all right, man.
You're stressed.
Like, I'm not linked with Jarrod Bowen. That's a good thing. I'm not linked with Jarrod Bowen.
You're stressed.
You know what I mean?
Like, you're interested.
It could be worse.
You're the perfect guy that just wants shiny toys and players and like no system, no structure.
Not really.
So then maybe Jarrod Bowen is the perfect fit for Liverpool, and you don't know that. Like, did you know Jota was going to be a badass? Did you know Mane was going to be a badass? You knew Gini was going to be a badass. All these men were going to be a badass. No, you didn't.
I knew Gini played well.
Let me go find your tweets, brother.
Go on then.
Genie was a bit hit and miss at Newcastle. He was good in the home games. Home games, he had a good record. Away games, he was
the only one United fans were proper hurt over was Fabinho, because they knew he was going to be good. And they wanted him as well. The others were like, ha ha ha. I see bare comments under the.
Van Dijk definitely got cussed out.
Yeah. Van Dijk and the Robertson.
Maybe you're jealous. You didn't get Sancho. Maybe. You know,
what am I jealous about? Oh yeah. I'm jealous about Sancho. I agree. As a player, I'm not gonna suddenly flip flop and say he's not a good player. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah,
but 350 grand. Well. But 350 grand.
Up there on that one.
I'm okay, you know. We're not in debt. We ain't got protests. Our stadium's spanking, bro.
Yo, don't run the calculator on him, bro.
We've just increased the stadium by 33%.
Hold on, man.
We're calm.
Don't do that, bro. Don't run the calculator on him. You know
why are you saying that?
We know what the numbers are looking like at Old Trafford. It's a long game. With the wage structure and all that stuff. Let's not do this.
As a player,
how's Saul going?
As a player, I'm totally. As a player, Sancho, I'm jealous that we didn't get him because he's a badass baller. I hope you utilize him right. I hope he doesn't go down the route of Zaha and all these other wingers and that you've destroyed and ruined all these young players, Lingard, all the wasting their career, Pogba's. I hope he doesn't waste his Martial, Ballon d'Or prospect. Even Rashford, hasn't really. A lot of Man United fans are unhappy with Rashford, so I hope Sancho doesn't regret making that move. But I mean, he's a good player. I'm not gonna lie.
So this is real, but we mean
it's not even a lie. Still.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. He didn't even tell any lies. Like, to be honest, I think Pogba needs to leave. I think Pogba needs to leave. I think if Pogba goes to a fresh environment with better players around him, I think he excels and goes to a whole nother level. The level that we see in the World Cup, I think we see that more often. Pogba reminds me of Hazard a little bit, where I feel like he just wants to enjoy his football now. I don't feel like he wants to be doing this stressful thing with Man United and constantly, they're meant to be competing for the league, but they're not quite showing the ambition to do so. Yeah, they signed Sancho, but then they haven't got a DM yet, which is more of a pressing need. Sancho is the glitz and glamour signing, but you do not have a DM. It's mad.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not getting excited. That's why
midfield. You have Van der Beek, which was a great player at Ajax, and now you haven't even touched him. You haven't even used him. And it's like,
but he didn't bring the loud back. That's why.
Where's the balance? So, yeah, I think Pogba.
Listen, I know the problem, Mark glaring, man, and until this manager goes, mate, we're not going to get anything sorted out, man, because ultimately the coaching staff are planning on this double McFred thing. That's never worked properly. I don't know what they're going to do. You can have all the tools in the world, mate, but if you can't use them, it's never going to work. And that's my whole
David's getting hella abusive in the chat, yo. This brother needs to have a chocolate or something, bro. Yeah, David needs to pipe down, man.
David, man.
Biggest club in the world.
No. Why did I say big up David, man? You get me done that, yo.
So you start your boys out, man.
I don't know, man. It could be a top red, isn't it? Don't know.
It's all man. David, rein it in, mate. Matisse.
Rein it in, mate. Come on, mate.
Chelsea's left. Obviously, we can touch on Tottenham, but TOBS ain't here, so we might say this next week. What you man saying? Haaland, is that going to happen or not?
Do you know what? Yeah, more what's going on at my club is just pure exits. Everybody's just like jumping ship. All the youngsters that are like talented and got something about them now from the under 23s, they're just jumping ship and just going to Leeds and Brentford and Brighton and everything. Livramento, Bates, Mark Gay, he went to Palace to join Patrick Vieira. So we're kind of losing off some of our, players that we've hyped up, but we'll see how they do in the Premier League. With Haaland, I'm still waiting for my club to put in a bid. They're just like doing this tap dancing thing where they know Dortmund's price. They know how Dortmund behaved with Sancho, but yet they still want to just piss about. Like, either you're paying up or you're not. I understand they're raising funds because they're making sales, but at the same time, we do have the money. So, and we have games coming up and we have pre-season that we're in now. So I'm not really too worried. I think if it comes to August and we still don't have a clear bid put on the table for a striker, then I'm going to start.
What are you saying, Marina out?
No, I'm not going to say Marina out. It depends how the transfer window ends, and it depends on Thomas Tuchel, you know, it depends on what they do. But we need to get a striker. When Jorginho is your top scorer last season, that is a glaring issue. So Lukaku apparently is staying. Haaland is seems to be the only real option. Everybody else is a level below. So it's up to them to get the job done. They've sold quite a few of our promising talents now to raise funds. So I'm expecting magic now. So I'm waiting.
So you think it's lining up for that one big name striker? That's it. That's where it
has to be. That's literally, if we don't get that striker, we're not competing for this title. It's not happening. Like Chelsea may have won the Champions League, but we did not finish the Premier League campaign how we should have. We finished it by scraping top 4 with a defeat to Villa, and Tottenham bailed us out with Gareth Bale getting goals at Leicester. So if we don't get the striker, then we're just going to be in a top 4 race again, and that's it. Like, if we don't get a striker, I give us more chance of winning the Champions League because it's just knockout games. But to sustain a league title challenge, you need a top striker. Or you have Man City's freakish chance creation with Pep where they just tap everything in. We don't have that.
So Werner improving his finishing?
He could, but I don't want to go into a season relying on him.
Win the lottery.
His conversion rate is so bad last season. Like, it's shocking. To make that jump up to the conversion rate that we need to win a league, it's a massive jump. I don't want to be relying upon him. And he's not even a striker for me now. I'm classifying him as an attacker because I see him as a second striker. Do you know what I mean? I see him as someone that comes off the side or an inside forward. I don't want to put him up front on his own because against low blocks, he's got no space to run into. So I just need a proper number 9, like a Haaland or Lukaku, old-fashioned, strong bully who's got, impeccable clinical finishing. That's what I need. Even Danny Ings, I'm not going to lie, if all falls to shit, we need to bring in someone like that. We have to bring in a striker.
That would work, It
would. Good move, good finishing.
How many, like so many times it's been proven that it's not about the name. It's about the profile. And what you've said about Chelsea, they need a fox in the box, a finisher. They don't need necessarily, of course, Haaland is the ultimate. He will be the ultimate final piece of the jigsaw, so to speak. But Danny Ings, you got the likes of City after him. We bought him for a reason because he was good. He was unlucky with injuries. When you got the likes of Chelsea or City sniffing around you, you have to have something about you. Yeah. And Danny Ings has that. He's got that instinct that you can't. Sometimes you can't teach that.
Yeah,
he has
the injury record. That's the only. That's the problem. Thing. If he wasn't injury prone, then it wouldn't be such a problem. But we need to have at least him in the squad. If we can't get the big targets, we need to add to the depth and make sure we have a player that it has finishing capabilities. Because Havertz is not a striker. Werner is not a striker right now, and Brozier's 19 years old, and Abraham's leaving. So yeah, and someone said
who's likely at the moment, because you can't see Haaland unless you put 150 straight cash on the table.
Yeah,
that's
all we've been linked with is Haaland. That's it. Like, there's a few other random names that come out every now and then, but they're just all over the shop. Like, they're just names that come out.
Do you ever think that Dortmund might want someone like Werner as well? So Chelsea give him Werner and
yeah, I just can't see that happening because we just signed him.
That'd be a nightmare for Werner as well from a personal point of view.
Yeah, it would.
Like going back to Germany and then.
Sometimes it don't work, does it? If he hasn't,
I see what you mean.
Last year,
I see what you mean.
It's too early for Werner.
I see what you mean, though. I see what you mean, Steve. And that could work.
Say that it's a failure at Chelsea. It's too early. One thing about Werner is, despite his finishing, his mentality is fantastic. Like, he really wants to prove himself in this country. That's why he came here. If you see the interviews and when he left Leipzig, he said, I could have stayed at Leipzig and been second, third, but I want to come to England. And same with Kai, and prove myself. And it's a big thing over there in Germany for those two to come over because they're quite young. They're meant to be leading the German attack. So for him to come back after 1 year as a failure, it's not going to run. So he's not going to go anywhere. And I don't think it would be fair to sack off a player after one season. I think he's shown enough signs with his movement and his pace that he can be a threat. He just needs to fix up his finishing. And then we might get somewhere.
Yeah, I'm with Reggie here as well. He says Werner's finishing last season was such a massive deviation from any other season he's ever had. Doubt he will be as bad again.
Hopefully.
I doubt it too, but sometimes shit happens. I remember when Torres signed for Chelsea and everyone just thought it's going to just flow. And it never really did. So we'll see. We'll see. Who's confident going into next season right now? Is it who is confident?
Am I confident we could win the league without a striker? No. But I'm
really?
Yeah, without a striker, I don't think we'll do it again. But
well, he's done it.
I know, but we did it because it took everyone by surprise, and before they knew what the fuck was going on, we were winning the games. Now they know what's coming, so I think it'll be different. So I just think with no striker, with a good side, we're going to be there or thereabouts. I'm confident of winning it with no striker. No, if we get a striker, do I think we'll win it? Yeah. So that's my answer anyway. That's how I feel. But I know we're going to get a striker. So next week will be big. Something will happen.
Yeah, you're getting
him, man. You got his number. You got his number. Fold him.
Whose number?
Yet.
He's got the number. Haaland's dad.
Haaland's dad. He's getting.
Man, ring him up, man. Put me out of my misery, bro.
No, I mean,
end all this suffering.
Probably get arrested.
I think you lot. I don't see you lot getting Kane, Steve. I see you lot getting Grealish. There's more chance of you lot getting Grealish, in my opinion, than Harry Kane.
There's a lot of smoke screens going about, I think, at the minute. It's definitely a player's market, and agents are having a field day.
Yeah, agents are having a field day,
trying to drive the prices up, flying into Barcelona, walking like Haaland walking into Barcelona, like they were. What a load of nonsense. They're just whoring his son out. You know, whoever comes up with the money is going to get him. But the clubs are quiet. They're quiet for a reason. People are doing the business, and I think.
Yeah,
I just think next week's going to be a big week. Big week.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can sit here confident until their positions are covered, and we've all got positions that need covering.
I'm confident.
Yeah.
About what? I'm confident we ain't doing shit next season. Regardless of now we're in 2 weeks.
But 3 seasons though, 8th in a row, that's progress, isn't it? Though?
Yeah, hey, listen.
This is why.
You're something else.
Hey, regardless, like you said, 8 twice, that's us. You finished second. You're adding Sancho. You're adding Varane. You're adding these men. If you're not challenging for the title next season, Saeed.
Nah, listen.
Don't be telling me karma, and all that.
Calma. You know what I mean? There's extenuating circumstances regarding United. You know what I mean? Until we get a proper manager. You know what I mean? You can't really have expectations on United.
If United sign Varane and keep Pogba, United could win that league next season for me.
Nah, not for me.
Not with that manager.
You're just crying at home because you got no bollocks. At the end of the day, that's the truth. You was all right last season. If you had
excuses, FC.
That's 2 quality additions, man.
They have no DM, man.
Steve, you know how he likes naming every club some stupid name and an FC at the end, yeah? Excuses FC. Like he's already like, why are you making excuses?
That's why they have the violins.
No, I'm confident. I'm not making excuses. As long as our injured players are back. I've said it from. No, I've given causations and reasons for our bad season.
That's interesting. You know what I mean?
I don't even know if it's right for this phrase, but I'm just saying it anyway. It came into my head. It came into my head, so I just said it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I run it like that. But what I'm saying,
if he signs Sancho and he signs Varane and he manages to keep Pogba, I think United's done some good business there. And I think they're improving massive on what they have.
It's embarrassing if they don't win anything. Embarrassing if they don't win anything.
Solskjaer's got no excuses. The fans have got no excuses. You've got to back your manager going into the season. And
I ain't backing no one, mate. You know what I mean? I ain't backing nobody.
Steve, I wanted to ask about the City thing, yeah? You know, what do you think about your age, the general age of your team? How is it looking at the moment? Because someone was, I was talking to a City fan and he was like, slightly worried about the average age of your team, similar to us. You know what I mean?
Well, we're freshening it up. Obviously, Aguero's gone. David Silva went the other year.
Oh yeah, Steve.
We've got Ferran Torres.
Did you see that tweet from Nemacho? Is that true? What he said
about a big striker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he must know, don't he? He's been there. They just sold it.
Wow, that's exclusive news, man. If you're not, seeing it,
share it, innit? What are you saying, brother? Share it.
Sorry?
What news? Share it with us.
1 second. What's his Instagram? Nemacho.
It's Lucas Nemacho, innit? They just signed his brother on a free will. Released his brother Felix, who I thought was a better player, and he's gone there to sell him. Free transfer.
To who?
To Wolfsburg.
Okay.
We got 11 million for Lucas, but we got Felix has gone for now. But no, it don't worry me the age. I think we'll freshen it up when it needs to. I mean, they just give Fernandinho another year. I think he's going to have some sort of coaching role. Diaz, Zinchenko,
Rodri.
Rodri.
Torres.
The striker, Ferran. Mare, it is what it is. Mare's getting on a bit now, but no, I think it's a good little mix there, but we do need to freshen it up. Yeah, what does he say there?
It says, Man City are getting another top striker. I don't think my chances would have been very good there.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I'm surprised he's got, he can say whatever he wants, isn't it, though?
Let's get through the last couple super chats as well before we go. Adams here says, all you man can get all your jabs in at United until we get our biggest signing in November.
Antonio.
Saeed's very own video coming soon, November.
Coming soon, man.
That will probably happen. I can't even lie.
Why is that link even there? Is Oli going to get sacked?
Yeah, man, he ain't going to do nothing with United this season, man. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, man, like Lampard in it as well, man. You know what I mean? You got Champions of Europe, man. So
if
he show the way in it. You know what I mean?
If he's in a position to get sacked, then that means you're not going to win anything, isn't it?
What?
If Oli puts himself in a position to get sacked, then you're not winning the league. And
no, but we might win the Champions League.
I mean, not everybody's Chelsea, bro, but we'll see.
Man, not everybody's from.
And that's our thing, sacking managers mid-season and winning Champions League. That's the only way we do it.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Give me the buck in it, you know what I mean? Let me know how it feels like, man.
You guys
you
usually have a stable manager in Ferguson, you know what I mean? You're going to win it like that. So
yeah, I'm thinking of the club, history. So,
yeah, of course. You sounded like Liverpool used to. Remember when they used to talk about history all the time? History,
man. I told you, man. I told you. Look, the remote, man. I put it on the history channel.
Yeah, but now that's you. Now you're the one talking about.
Yeah, man. You know, propaganda. That's what it does to you, isn't it? Propaganda.
It's shocking, really. If you think about it.
Yeah. Sure stuff.
Listen, people. There's 2.5K in the building. Make sure you guys go and hit the like button and make sure you guys subscribe to everyone's channel here. Steve, Saeed's, Matisse's, and GRIZZ's. And make sure you subscribe to the official channel too, where we might be going live in person together this weekend, Friday or Saturday. We'll work on it. Follow the Twitter and follow the Insta to keep updated on that, because those two are going to get a lot more active in the next few weeks. I'm going to get someone to manage those and get all of that done for us, and we can just focus on bringing the show back to you twice a week. Matisse, Steve, Griezmann can be good for Chelsea and City. That's a good shout considering he looks like he's up for grabs.
Nope.
No, I don't think he's a City player, mate. I don't know why. I just don't see him at City. I know some people get a vibe off. I just don't see him there. And the wages he's on at Barcelona are just
absolutely. Do you know him and Coutinho are being offered everywhere and anywhere? Even Griezmann was offered to Liverpool as well. Yeah. Even to say to take him on loan and pay half the wages, and we said no thanks.
Miss me with that Griezmann thing, because Chelsea have Kai and Ziyech already that operate in that inside right channel and cutting on their left foot. There's no space for Griezmann, and Kai has to start games. So all that will happen is Griezmann and Kai will just get in each other's room, in each other's space. I'm not interested at all. No chance. Especially on those wages as well. He's earning like a whole truckload of money. So no way.
I think that's everything rounded up. But we could talk about Tottenham, but I think we'll wait for Toby to come back next week. I did see someone comment saying, rest in peace, Toby's uncle. I didn't know he did announce it. Obviously, he's lost someone in his family. So if you can send him a message, then do so on Twitter, on Instagram, or wherever you can find him on his channel. It's in the description below. He should be back next weweek, and hopefully he's part of the live we do this weekend. We'll see how it's going.
Send him some love, man. Send him some love. Too much hate about. Send him some love, man. He's suffering, man.
Trust me. Come on. There's bigger people.
Yeah, man, rest in peace, man.
100%.
As always, people, listen, it's been a pleasure. 2.5K live support, big as always. Like I said, we'll do the Wednesdays for the next few weeks, and then we'll be back to regular scheduled programming next season before the Charity Shield starts. Continue.
Who's in the Charity Shield?
City, Leicester and City. Yeah.
Not Liverpool.
Yeah,
we don't charity. Come on, I said charity. Shield. We don't charity.
Yeah, so we'll be back next week, people. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels and follow all the platforms and all that. Keep updated with when we're going to go live this weekend. Love for the love as always, people. We'll be back next Wednesday. Peace.